Practitioner Martin Kpebu regarding all that has transpired between himself and the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Counsel, thank you so much for joining us. Now, if you look at all that has happened, especially within the last 24 hours, what is your own conviction regarding the Special Prosecutor?
It's clear, especially even with Parliament wading in, that Kisi Ejabin's days are over. Yeah, Kisi Ejabin is certainly clearly not fit for the office, not fit at all, or he's scoring personal points. It's not surprising because, Kisi didn't go through any competitive selection. Kisi Ejabin was chosen because he's a friend and a client, a lawyer to Gabi Otridako, and then he did some work too for Furiata. And so Gabi and then the Godfrey Dami also had a lot of influence. Kisi Ejabin wasn't chosen amongst lawyers as the best. It wasn't any competitive selection. It was a nepotistic appointment. So he wasn't assessed and all that. Kisi had no prosecutorial experience when he took that office, etc. And so that's what is shown. That when he got so much power, now he's using it for personal aggrandizement, vindictive actions, going after people who are calling him out. So it's a very bad record, and I'm sure he'll go away with it. Very disgraceful, shameful. Yeah, that's right. It is. I mean, yesterday, look at what happened. What happened? A soldier abused me. What did Kisi Ejabin even bring the soldiers there to do in the first place? You see how he doesn't even respect the Constitution. What were the soldiers doing there? Because look, today when we went, now the soldiers had been withdrawn. If he thought they were there for a good reason, why has he withdrawn them today? Why has he withdrawn them? The Constitution is clear in Article 200 that let police do law and order matters, and then soldiers are for war and other developmental activities like building bridges, schools, roads, etc. Don't bring them into non-civilian activities. Why? If he thought the use of the soldiers was justified, why is it that today when I went to the OSP, he didn't have them there? They had been withdrawn. How do you embarrass the military like that? Military are not trained to do policing. So sometimes they don't have the temperament for normal policing because the soldier just abused me. Look, before, I'm a very careful person. It's not like because I talk, hold that, calling out a Kufuado, etc. doesn't mean I'm loud in everything. No. That if you meet me in person, I'm very calm. Right. I give normal instructions, I obey. So if you see what happened yesterday, it's because the soldier insulted me. And I told him, no, he had no right to insult me for me to keep quiet. If a lawyer cannot protect his own rights, how can he protect other person's right or help other person's rights? That's why I had to reply him.
Counsel, today will be the third time you've attended upon the invitation of the OSP. Have you met Mr. Ejabin in person in all these, on all three occasions?
No, not at all. Which is not unusual and which is not ago. It's yielding some results. So I'm not somebody he will be happy to see. And I understand.
Very well. Have there been any charges preferred against you officially?
No, not yet. Not yet. You see, when they are doing charges, we have two stages. There's what we call the caution statement. So that's the investigative stage. So the police, that's where they arrest you, the stage one. When we say arrest doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to keep you inside, etc. No, it just means they will confine you. Sometimes, yes, the arrest includes incarceration, but it doesn't always. Because when you say arrest, by the technical side, you touch the person and say you are under arrest for so and so offense. You are not obliged. That is not compulsory to speak. But if you speak, it will be taken down in writing and then used against, put in evidence in court. So as soon as you are done with those Miranda rights, etc., quickly you can admit the person to bail. So arresting somebody doesn't mean you must keep him. Detention is another thing. But, so basically, they don't, have to always arrest and keep the person in there. No, that's not it at all. You can just admit the person to bail and then do it. But you see, Jabin just wanted to use the office for personal aggrandizement. So they arrested me and then decided to detain me on very spurious grounds. And now it's all falling apart.
At a point, your lawyer said they couldn't find you. Where were you taken?
DNI, can you imagine, over comments, exchange of words with a soldier, and then that attracted DNI, what do you call it, incarceration. Well, can you imagine if it was robbery or corruption and corruption related, then that one, they don't even need DNI, they need super DNI. This one is just an ordinary case of a soldier abusing a citizen and the citizen standing up for his rights. Yet they said, oh, take him to DNI. They took me there, and then, of course, eventually, things worked out, and then I was released.
Very well.
But it's a very shameful conduct. But Nanatu, for what we should be highlighting is that all of this case, this brouhaha, is over the fact that Kisei Jabin allowed Oforiatta to flee Ghana. Kisei Jabin said he intercepted a letter that Oforiatta wrote saying that he wants to leave Ghana. And Kisei couldn't call him in, arrest him, then grant him bail, like what he has done to me. This whole case, what he has done to me, is exactly what we've been crying about, saying that, look, nobody can say Oforiatta should not travel if there is genuine evidence that he's sick. But we wanted him to do the same thing. As I'm talking to you now, today, I had to take them to my house to show them my residence, that's OSP, and then took them to the landed property I had to put in as bail. So now they have this, the landed property. So if I were to run, they will go against the landed property. So it's the same thing we're asking them to do against Oforiatta. This simple thing Kisei Jabin couldn't do. This simple thing, he didn't even know how to shout for help. He even lied on DNI, lied that DNI didn't help. DNI wrote back to me saying that no, it's a lie. He's never come there and he wants to arrest Oforiatta, etc. Kisei is not fit for that office. It's not fit at all. He has to go with Sami Dako and Albert Akrugu, these three guys. They have to go, they need to go. Otherwise, this OSP office.
Counsel, you accuse Kisei Jabin of using the office for personal aggrandizement, trying to settle personal scores. What would you say to those who argue that you are actually eyeing the work of the SP, for which reason you are embarking on this crusade?
Oh, no, that's not true. That's not true at all. Nanatu, I've been in this public space for some years now. So I was eyeing it. At least common sense would dictate that I should not be the one agitating for its removal. Because it will be easy for people to say, oh, so that's why you were doing this. People will say, oh, so, the optics will be bad. If that's why I intended, at least I'm smart enough to go and find surrogates to do the fight. But the fact that I'm leading the charges means that that's not my intention at all. So anybody who says so doesn't know what he's talking about at all. That's not my nature.
Oh, Counsel.
So all the, yes, okay.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, so, I've spoken all these years on radio. By a certain number of years, you'll be able to gauge that, oh, this person, at least, is fairly smart or not smart. I'll look very dumb that I've been going around lobbying for the position and then coming out to stoke, not just stoking, leading the charges that I want to remove it. It will look ridiculous. No, that's not what I've been looking at.
Counsel, thank you so much for your time, and we wish you well.
You're welcome.
Martin Kpebu.